everyone, and welcome to another edition of Almost Martha. We're going to whip up a quick little pan. When I say little, I mean little, an 8x8 pan of brownies today, but they're very special brownies. This is a recipe for brownies by Katherine Hepburn. Yeah. I saw this years ago in the New York Times, and there was a great story attached to it. There were some neighbors of Katherine Hepburn, who very friendly with her when she was sick a couple times. The dad took over some brownies to share with her, and her first words were, "Too much flour." So she also gave the daughter some life advice when she was, thinking about dropping out of her college, and she shared a little bit of her life philosophy. 3 things. Number 1, never quit. I believe in that. Never quit. Number 2, be yourself. Totally believe in that. Be yourself. Number 3, don't add too much flour in the brownies. Those are the 3. You can Google it. You can look it up in the New York Times. It's a great little story to read. But today we're going to be making Katherine Hepburn's brownies. They are literally a 1/4 cup of flour, 1/4 cup. So not much flour. So they're really gooey and great. You don't want to overbake them. They're really great. So today that's what we're gonna make, some all-star brownies. So hold on and let's put it together. Okay, step 1, super easy. This is gonna be a super easy thing we're doing today. 1 stick of butter, and 1/2 cup of cocoa. Now we're not gonna have to do anything to this except put it on the stove, melt the butter and get it a little bit smooth, and then we'll put it on the side to cool. Okay, while that is melting, I have 1 cup of sugar. I have that whole 1/2 cup of flour. I'm going to add it right in there. And this, I'm just going to mix the sugar and the flour together. And now I'm going to add a pinch of salt. Now that was salted butter that I added, so just really a pinch of fine sea salt or kosher salt. And now we're gonna stir that in. I have 1 cup of nuts. I used walnuts, and I just kind of broke them apart, and then I took a knife and I just went over it really quick. Not to get fine pieces of walnut, but, chopped so when you bite into it, you get a nice piece, but not too big. I use walnuts. You could also use pecans, really sort of any nut that you like. I think the original recipe said walnuts or pecans. And now we wait. So this is about melted and a little smooth. We're going to pull it off the heat and just let it cool for a couple minutes before we add it to the rest. Okay. Almost there. Okay. It's melted, but also let it cool just for a couple minutes because we're going to add some eggs to it. We don't want those eggs to cook. So hence the cooling. All right, that was a tough shell. That took a little bit of doing. Okay. I'm just going to add sort of 1 egg at a time to my mixture. I want it to scramble. I'm going to add some vanilla. You know me and vanilla. There's a teaspoon of vanilla, so you know I'm adding 2. Vanilla's the best thing. Okay. Added our vanilla. I'm going to add my other egg. Okay. in that chocolate mixture. And now we're going to have, you know, be a little more liquidy. I love the smell of vanilla. I love the smell of vanilla. Okay. Now we're going to add this right into our flour mixture. And we're going to work it in. Okay. So really, what's in here, 1 cup of sugar, half a cup of flour. That's it. And there we go. I'm going to put the cap on this before I spill it all over the table. Thank you. And your little voice says, you should move that. You should listen to it. So things don't go flying. Okay. All right. That's it. That's it. I'm going to spray. I have a glass pan here. So that might bake it a little more quickly. I'm going to pour this mixture right in. That was like the easiest recipe, right? So easy. But now the trick is not over baking it and remembering that these things are going to be a little gooey, which is great. Just great. Gooey and great. Okay. So the oven is set to 325, and we're going to bake this for about 30 minutes. I'm going to test it at about 25, and then we'll see where it is. Okay. All good. All good. Y'all know I'm totally going to lick this. So, yeah, I'll be back. All right, that's it. Wow, that is pretty gooey. All right, into the oven it goes, and we'll check on it in about 20, 25 minutes. Now, the recipe says 30 to 35, but this fan-assisted oven might cook it, bake it just a little more quickly, so I'm going to keep an eye on it. But I don't think it's not done, and I really want to remain gooey, and we've cooked it for the right amount of time, so I think we're going to let them rest, and then we'll cut them, and we'll taste them, and we'll see how they are. Okay. I just cut a piece, and you can tell, boy, it really cut nicely. So totally done, not too done, because it's still super moist on the inside. And these are still warm, so really good. Oh yeah. Really good. Super easy, really good. And these baked in about almost 30 minutes for me. So that was great. I'm going to put a little ice cream on it, have it for dessert tonight. It'll be fantastic. So make Katherine Hepburn's brownies and just go to almost-martha.com for the recipe. Super easy. I know you're going to love it. Hi, Mom. I wish I could send you one. And that's it for now. So join us next time on Almost Martha, where we're going to be cooking something just as good.